I'm not playing the game anymore. It sucks. It sucks. I hate it. And throw my DS.
Oh, I can't handle some hidden units.
Alright, dude, you're good. I get it. Alright? I don't need to play you anymore. I know you're fucking good at this game. And I'm sick of your shit. I'm sick of you being like, hey, let's play again so I can kick your ass. Okay, I'm through. I don't want to play anymore.
I have the experience is the problem.
Yeah.
'Cause I played the first game at least 5 times through. Second game at least 5 times through.
Really? 5 times for each game? Are you serious?
Yeah. But the cool thing is now I feel like with Days of Ruin though, at least it feels like it's finally kind of changing. Like not only kind of aesthetic, but the storyline, the tone. I think this is the most significant change in the series.
War is dark and it's fast. In the past, the games have been, you know, bright color palettes, you know, kind of quirky characters, you know, a lot of humor involved. We actually asked the development team, you know, what was the motivation behind this kind of revisioning of the game, and as far as why they decided to go from point A to point Z, let's say, I can't you know, speak to that, but I can tell you again where they came up with that original kernel. They just said, let's do it. Let's go ahead and make something that's more realistic in terms of its envisioning of war. Maybe not in its actual presentation, but at least the idea. And so they said, okay, we'll create this world, and you know, what's a good war world? Okay, it's a war that's been destroyed, as you know. The meteor strikes hit, 90% of the population's dead. The dust clouds cover the earth, block out the sunlight. And then it said, okay, from that, what sort of people are going to inhabit this world, and what would they do? What would we do if we were in the same situation? And they said, okay, well, you have the types of people who want to help people who want to take advantage of the situation, people who want to, you know, maybe take control over the entire world. So they created those characters based on that idea of, you know, what would we do? Who would we see? And then it was a very organic generation of how the characters came about and the story as it progressed from that point. But it's also faster too. I mean, the gameplay is, they tweaked it so that the tempo's a lot quicker, and it feels like a leaner version of the game to me.
I feel like this is the only one I'd want to replay.
I definitely like the gameplay. It's more tactical in nature. You know, I think it's definitely more strategic.
I don't think it's any more strategic than the previous games.
No, I don't agree. I think definitely it's more strategic because, like, one, the bike, right? Now it's like the infantry unit, but now you get to go out and capture bases more quickly. So you have to strategize, like, do you want to march guys? Do you want to put them in an APC?
Yeah.
Or do you want to, like, take them out and just, like, gun for, like, a base, a far-off base or a city to capture? And now you have the rig as well. It used to be the APC, the Armored Personnel Carrier, but it can now build temporary airports and naval ports. So that's definitely there's no purpose to that except for strategy. And then there's the flare tank, you know, which is an awesome new unit. It's not that powerful in terms of taking on other vehicles, but it can light a flare and it'll reveal all the hidden units. All the people I play with here, like the other reviewers, they're every time I'm hosting, they're like, why do you have Fog of War on? I'm like, why wouldn't you have Fog of War on?
I agree. Turn Fog of War on. Otherwise, there's no reason to move your infantry in the mountains. I mean, you get a defense bonus, but you love that extended range of vision that you get from that. You don't need a flare gun if there's no Fog of War. And Fog of War makes it feel like you are in a battle where you don't know what's going on until it happens. It's not a board game. It's not like Risk, right? So turn Fog of War on, please.
any other strategy game, like say
Fog of War.
well, take for instance like a like a Tactics or like Disgaea or any of those like turn-based strategy games. You can see your units when you're fighting.
That is not even the same thing. That's a stupid comparison.
You can make maps where you don't have to build stuff.
But that's not by default how you would normally play multiplayer.
You can play it that way though.
Okay, quit being retarded. Anyway, so back to what we were talking about earlier about it being tactical though. What do you think about the new way they're doing COs? Because now they don't level up anymore in terms of like getting experience points and you can't customize them. But now in Days of Ruin, it's just more straightforward. It's like, okay, you don't level these guys up; they just stay the same.
Yeah.
And not only that, but you don't really get any benefit from the COs unless you load them into an actual unit on the battlefield. Then at that point, they have an area of effect. Some are more than others, where they have an offense or defense boost to units around it. And sometimes it's just artillery, sometimes it's maybe just aircraft or something like that. So you have to be smart about it, but you have to have them on the battlefield to do anything. And the thing for me is I kept forgetting to load my units.
Yeah, I felt that to be a little strange too, but at the same time, I felt like Dual Strike was a little bit too much. I actually tried to go back and play it recently, and I realized that the game is like almost broken because I was fighting like a tag team of these two bad guys, and they like used their tag team power on me and like completely decimated me. And I think with Days of Ruin, they really stripped it back and was like, okay, let's make it really simple, but it's not like, it doesn't feel like a regression to me.
I felt like they trimmed back a little bit too much, especially in terms of features. Is like, I actually kind of like survival and combat modes from Dual Strike. There was a real-time version of Advanced Wars in there. So it seems like you strip away some features, you strip away some of that aspect of personality in the game, but I don't think I want to go back. I think this is a much tighter game. It's more smarter, it's more tactical, and plus, online play is pretty fucking awesome.
I really hope that people do actually utilize this feature because when I've heard about it, I'm like, that's really cool. Because of all the games on the DS to really utilize that, I think Advance Wars is like one of the best in terms of making an online competitive game. And whether or not we can agree on a Fog of War, we can agree that playing online is pretty fun.
So if we were gonna play From Home tonight, you don't want Fog of War?
No way, man. I'm waiting for the Fire Emblem DS, and I'll play you next. There is Fog of War. Fuck. Fucking Fog of War. Jesus.